You're listening to Drive with Jason Wilder.
Now, it gives me great pleasure and honour to invite a few people into the studio. It's quite busy today. I have Mazen from Phuket Pool Tables. How are you doing, Mazen?
Good. How are you, Jason?
I'm very well, thank you. It's nice to have you in.
Nice to be here.
And also, we've got Ying in the background. Sawadee Kap!
Sawadee Kap!
Sawadee Kap! And also, we have a bit of a legend and a superstar, internationally known as the Ginger Wizard, Dave Pearson. How are you doing, Dave?
Hey, Jason, what's going on?
Oh, it's all good, brother. It's all good. And I'm very excited because you are going to be attempting to break your own world record and also offering other people a chance to try and break your record. But we're going to get back to that in just a second. First, Mazen, tell us about Phuket Pool Tables, what you're doing here, and what's going on with the league as well, the VNEA League.
That's correct. Yes, we are starting the VNEA League in Phuket, where we're having 20 teams competing for one spot. And we'll be sending the winning team from Phuket to Las Vegas to play at the biggest amateur championship in the world. So we're sending 4 players from Phuket to Vegas. We're sponsoring plane tickets, hotel stay at the Bali's Hotel, which is the venue of the VNEA, and then meal allowance and so on. They'll have a fantastic week over there. They'll be playing pool, workshops with famous players, improving their games, and lots of fun.
That's a massive prize going to Vegas.
All sponsored by us. So
all sponsored by Phuket Pool Tables.
Phuket
Brilliant,
Pool
right
Tables,
here. Excellent. And to kick this off, to do something special,
we brought the Wizard to Phuket.
You brought the best. You brought the Wizard to Phuket. So Dave, welcome to the show. And how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing awesome. The people here in Phuket are so nice, Jason. I love it.
They are very nice, and this is why a lot of people you might end up staying here, to be honest. You might fall in love with the places. I think many people do. Now give us a bit of background, like where you're from originally. How did you get into the world of pool?
I'm originally from Sunderland in England, and I started playing pool when I was 18. It's probably about 4 years ago, I think. And I first picked up a cue, and within 6 months I lost in the final of the British Championships, and I've been playing pool ever since.
Oh wow! So you were like literally a natural, yeah.
So it was good, you know. I get to play pool all over the world. I've been to 46 countries, and it never gets old seeing the enjoyment I get to bring.
Amazing. And so you went from playing regular pool competitive,
right?
And now you're known very well for your trick shots as well.
Right.
Tell us a bit more about that. How you got into this?
Well, you know, everybody loves to see trick shots and the speed pool combined. So you know, you get lots of companies and celebrities who bring you in for charity events to entertain their clients and their customers and their friends. So that's really I got involved into it, and I guess they say my personality is a little bit crazy, so that was easy for me. And I've done lots of from little bars to the Olympics to A-list celebrities, and it's lots of fun.
Well, it's basically a form of magic, isn't it? It's like you're actually sort of like doing sort of quite magical things with the balls that people can't actually usually do.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when I first came to America, Jason, you know, I was doing a TV show on primetime TV. And this girl, she'd only been on major TV for 2 months. She was very new. So she asked me why they call you the Ginger Wizard. And I said, in England, if you have red hair, your nickname's Ginger. And the Wizard is because I do magical things with my balls. and that was on America's Most Funniest Moments. And it's just, as you just equated, it's brilliant. Magic. You can do some amazing things, and everybody gets lots of fun for it, and never gets old.
It's amazing. I mean, I'm always very impressed. There used to be the trick shot on a show in the UK. It was the snooker show with Jim Davidson.
Right. Yeah.
The
Big Break.
The Big Break.
Yeah,
that's it. It was Snooker Loopy was the actual theme tune from Chaz and Dave, and it was always that was one of the big parts of the show. No matter what you were doing, if you were watching the show and enjoying the show for the questions and the actual skills of the contestants, it was always everyone was waiting for the trick shots.
Yeah, the resident professional was John Virgo, and he would show everybody. He would show a trick shot, and then somebody from the audience would get to do it, and they won money and they won prizes, and they just loved it.
Yeah, brilliant. And so that was on the snooker table. Now, how are you? How does that fare? The difference? What would you say? Are you good at snooker as well, or is it just literally you've got to go?
I've had a few 147s, which is the maximum break in snooker. But the problem is with snooker is I was too quick.
I love the casual. Yeah, I've had a few 147. Yeah, of course.
But the problem is with being too quick. It's such precision shooting on a snooker table. On a pool table, there's a little bit more give.
You can have a little rattle,
yeah,
can't you?
Exactly. You can get away with it, and you can't do that. And that's why Ronnie O'Sullivan and Stephen Hendry dominated it for so long. One miss, and it was over. And my speed was just too fast. Now, the pool is a different animal, so if I'm off a little bit, it'll still go in, which is nice. My eyesight's not getting as good as it used to be.
I know, but you're still the world record holder.
Yeah,
this is an amazing thing,
Yeah, I'm really hoping to do something special, and I guarantee on Friday night, nobody's ever seen anything like this. The people of Phuket are going to love it. And it's not Jason, remember when we were back in England, we watched snooker, you would go, good shot. It's none of that. Everybody's going to be jumping and going crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be electric, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Mazen showed me last night the setup of the place, that it's because it's on 2 pool tables as well.
Yeah, you go backwards and forwards to the record. Yeah.
And so they've got to be racked and then ready for you to bang the net balls away and then straight onto the next table, back and forward. Right, we're going to talk more about the actual events, because you're playing not only on Friday, you're starting tonight, you're doing a bit of a tour around Phuket to give everyone the opportunity to see your skills. We'll talk about that just after we've had some word from our sponsors. Stay with us, guys, and we'll be back for another chat in a little while.
You're listening to Drive with Jason Wilder on Phuket's Live 89.5.
And it's all about the pool, and we're not talking about the one that you jump into that goes splosh. We're talking about the brilliant game that is internationally respected and well known because it brings people together. And a quick story, I'm joined, by the way, with Mazen from Phuket Pool Tables, also with Ying from Phuket Pool Tables, and with Dave Pearson, the Ginger Wizard. How you doing, guys?
How are you doing, Jason?
Yeah, we're looking forward to the big show coming up on Friday. Because when I first came here, just a quick story. When I first came here, I didn't speak much Thai, I didn't speak any Thai language at all, and I went out with my Thai friends, and it was through the game of pool that we kind of just, we had an activity to do. No language needed, loads of fun, everyone enjoyed. That was a quick one for you. Now, let's talk about what's going on, the big deal. You're starting tonight. Actually, let's talk about tonight first.
Okay,
let's do it in order. Tonight, you're going to be going around, because you're having a great tour to give everyone the experience of watching what you can do. And this is tonight at Kamala Beer Garden in Kamala. From 6:30 p.m. you're going to be there, lovely part of the world. Then from 9 p.m. BB's Bar in Chantalay. Again, a lovely place in the world. It's a great island, Dave. You're going to love it. You're going to love it all. It's lovely. And then you're going to the very famous Laguna nightclub down in Rawai, which is a collection of bars with basically loads of pool tables. It's right through the middle of it. It's just pool table city.
Wow.
So you might not, as we were talking before, you were going to do the record-breaking attempt on 2 tables. You could be able to set up running round. There's about 8 tables in the middle there, and then that's going to be at 9:30 p.m. So that's going to be a load of action going on there. And then on Friday, the event starts at 7 p.m. I'll be presenting the drive show from 3 till 7 at the Tablespoon Cafe, and then the world record attempt from the Guinness Book of Records will be happening from 8 p.m. Now, tell us a bit more about what's going to be going on and how the details and the rulings of the world record attempt.
Well, it's pretty easy. They'll have 2 pool tables side by side. They have to be 5 feet apart, and the idea is to run 15 balls as fast as you can, and the 8 ball has to be last, and the white ball has to be stationary. So as soon as I make a ball, I have to wait for the white ball to stop before I move on the next ball.
Okay, that's interesting.
So as soon as I clear one table, I run to the next table, and I go backwards and forwards 10 times as somebody's racking the balls in between. The world record's been around for about 30 or 40 years, and initially Jason had 10 tables in a line, 5 feet apart, but then Guinness used me for the TV shows, and because it took up so much room, they decided to change the world record to 2 tables because it's still 5 feet apart. So even though you're going backwards and forwards, it doesn't matter. So the world record will be on 2 tables, and if I foul, if the white ball goes in the pocket while I'm doing it, or I hit another ball with my hand, that's a 10-second penalty, and that's added at the end of the time.
Okay, so it's not like you have to stop and start the whole thing again.
No, and keep going.
You do get a
but
penalty.
if you get 2 penalties, forget it. You can't do it. Yeah. So really, you want to get no penalties, and you want to average about 49, 50 seconds every table, and then run backwards and forwards for the 10, and you've got a good chance to the record. I'll know if once you watch me, if you see me go past the 3rd and 4th tables, then you know I have a good chance for the world record.
Right. Okay.
And with Guinness, you can have as many chances as you want. And because your back tightens up very quickly with going down and up and down so much, I try and preserve the good ones, the 3 or 4 world record, the 3 or 4 tables. And once I get over the 4, then you know that I have a good chance for the record.
Excellent, because I was looking at some of your previous attempts, and you've obviously quite a regular in Las Vegas as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And I was going to say, because you've mentioned that sometimes the tiring element of doing this, because it's like, it's not just, you are having to go for it. This is speed. This is like actually agility and skill and talent at the same time. How do you feel after you've actually been doing, after you've gone for the attempt?
Well, you'll see. I'll be a mess. I mean, especially if it takes 25 minutes or something. You'll see I'll be a mess because the speed and my back. So when me and you go partying afterwards, you might have to do all the work when we're socialising and talking to people, because I'll be a little bit beat up.
Don't worry about that, because I'm good at that. I'm good at that. And also at Tablespoon Cafe, they've got some lovely chairs, and sort of like they've got rocking chairs. So we can have like an acclimatized down sort of period. I've not asked you yet. How does it feel like being the world record holder? I mean, I've personally never, I've never held a world record. What's that like?
I've won major tournaments all over the world. I've broken the world record 22 times, Jason. I got to be honest, it just doesn't bother me. I'm just a down to earth person, and what upsets me more than anything, and that's why if I don't get the world record, you physically might have to drag me off the tables, because you've got all these people who are watching you, and they're all shouting and cheering your name, and you sign autographs before and afterwards, and you feel as though you're letting them down. So what I want to do is just get the world record for them, and that makes me happy. If I beat the world record on the flight home, I won't even think about it. I'll turn on a movie on the airplane, and I'll watch that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
brilliant.
sorry.
And I've read as well that you've actually had to ask people to stop you because you're so going for it, and you kind of become where when you're in the moment, you've got to go, and if it's not going to happen that time, you've got to be taken away. So like, okay, Dave,
right, yeah, because some people do it. It's for themselves. They're trying to beat themselves. When I go for my world record, I like the fact that I've got 500 people or 1,000 people who are there with me on my shoulders to do it. Because the joy when you get the world record, to see it in their faces, I got to be honest, is brilliant, Jason.
Excellent. Listen, stay with us, because I'm really interested, and I'm sure our listeners are. We've got to go to a little news break after a bit of Jake Bugg, one of my favourites from around our neck of the woods, and then we'll come back and carry on talking, because I'm enjoying finding out about this. It's quite. You're probably one of the most original style of guests I've had on the show, so I'm going to milk out a little bit more of information on what it's like to be in this world of being a pool superstar.
Okay, I'm ready. Live 89.5, your island, your station.
Sawadee Ka Pinon Kab, Jason Wilder here on Live 89.5, and the big show is going on Friday at Tablespoon Cafe, and I'm joined in the studio now by the superstar ginger wizard Dave Pearson. Dave Pearson, how are you doing?
I'm doing awesome, Jason. Yourself? I'm
really good. I'm very intrigued and interested listening about your stories about being a pool superstar. It's very nice to have you here, and I'm sure this is going to be a great event. Just reminding everyone that you're going to be at tonight. You're doing your little tour, starting off in Camilla. If our listeners are in Camilla area, Camilla Beer Garden from 6:30 p.m. So this is going to be like exhibition stuff you're going to be doing tonight.
Right, and we'll play some challenge games and do some trick shots. So anybody's more than welcome to come down. I'll sign some autographs. They're all free. Going to play some of the local players in the area, and we're going to be doing that for the next couple of days. And then Friday, if any of the families want to come down with the kids, I'll sign some autographs as well. We're just going to have a great time and hopefully go away with something special on Friday night.
Super cool. And someone will be going away with something very special because you're giving us a signed cue.
I am indeed, yeah.
A pool cue, and this is going to be a question that we're going to be asking. We'll whet people's appetite by saying it's going to be how many balls have been potted within 24 hours of non-stop playing pool for 24 hours. How many balls and we're going to give the cue to the closest guess of that number. Now, that's going to be coming up in a while, and I'll be reminding people daily up to the event of this. Then then after the Camilla Beer Garden, you'll be going to the BB's Bar in Cherntalay, and that will be from 9 p.m. to challenge more. Now, when you say challenge, people can challenge you, what's the deal with that?
So we'll play a regular game of 8-ball, and they get to break, so they have the first chance to run the table on me. And
do you give them a couple of shots, seeing as you're like the ginger wizard?
Yeah, straight away they get a break. If they make a ball, they can try and run the table. But unfortunately, if they don't, it's going to be a bit tough.
It's going to be game over. Come on, you know it's game over.
It is, but and I'm actually a little bit worried because I've heard some stories, Jason, that you're pretty good at pool.
Well, do you know what? The thing is that I quite like standing up to people who think they're something, and I like to be the underdog sometimes. But I'm going to try and be the big dog here. I'm going to take you on Friday. How do you fancy it, eh?
Yeah,
wizard.
But talk is cheap, Jason. You say this quite a few times and you never turn up. I
know that time in the Barbados. We'll forget about that. Yeah, I met with Jack Sparrow, and what can I say? You forgave me for that then. But on Friday, let's get the gloves off. There's no gloves involved in it, I know. But let's get down on the table, and me and thee. We can play a game of pool and see who wins.
I like that idea. Well, 8 o'clock Friday night, special challenge match.
Just before we handshake on this, as we do on the radio. Yeah. 8 shots though. You got to give me 8 shots start. 7. All right, 7. One a ball. A ball.
And but obviously I'm from Northern England, so we've got to have if we're having a challenge match, what's going to be the bet? Let me see. The loser has to walk down the high street in Patong naked.
No way. I don't do anything unless I'm wearing my mankini. I can't take my mankini off.
We'll settle for that then. That's okay.
Do you know what? I am not going to agree to that, Dave.
We'll have a challenge match for fun.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll forfeit the shots. I won't take the shots. We'll just have a proper game. I'm going to challenge you. I fancy my chances, as you do. You don't make a challenge unless you fancy your chances, do you? So let's get it on, even though we get along.
I like that.
To change the Muhammad Ali quote slightly.
I like that.
Because we seem to be getting on, so, but I still want to beat you. I'll be honest with you, Dave. I'll still want to beat you. Right, okay, so that is going on the exhibitions and the challenges tonight. And then the big event at Tablespoon Cafe is going to be going on. The drive show is going to be going on from 3 till 7. So I'll be practicing, obviously, all that time. There won't be much presenting or chatting on the radio.
I don't think that's enough for you, Jason, to be honest.
Maybe just occasionally it'll be like the song will finish and you'll just hear, go on, get in! Oh man, I'm gonna lose. But it'll all be good.
Absolutely.
Really looking forward to it. You're a world record holder, and yeah, just brilliant. Thank you very much for coming in and chatting about this, and thank you for offering the signed cue as well. This is a massive prize. So we were asking people to get the closest guess to how many balls were potted during the world record of non-stop 24 hours. This is someone's played for 24 hours non-stop.
Yeah, this someone is the idiot that you're looking at right now. So it's my world record.
It's your world record, this one?
Yeah.
No way. So you
I didn't have a social life. I didn't have anything else to do, so I just thought I'd play with balls for 24 hours.
Playing with your balls for 24 hours, nice. And you were saying as well, was that before they brought in the new ruling of you've got to take a little break?
Yeah, obviously with different world records with Guinness, doesn't matter what it is, especially the longevity ones, they force you to take a 5-minute rest break every 2 hours. But when I went for the world record, the clock never stopped. So I went to the bathroom, the clock was still going. I have a chicken sandwich, the clock was still going. And they didn't care about me then. So, It's the most pool balls on my world record in 24 hours.
And the closest guest to it will actually get a signed cue. That's brilliant. Now, tickets are available for the event at the door, if I'm right, yeah, at Tablespoon Cafe, and at Phuket Pool Tables. Can go online. Can we go online and get tickets as well?
Not available online, but any of our branches, our branch in Chalong or branch in Changtale, we sell the tickets at the branches. If not at the door, there will be plenty of tickets for everyone.
Okay, and I do believe there's that's like around 200 baht, and
Correct.
then there is also
200 baht, you get a free drink, you get some snacks, and you get a brilliant show.
a brilliant show like you've not seen here in Phuket before.
Definitely.
Very, very much looking forward to it. It's going to be a massive event. We're going to keep people informed as we get nearer to the event, and about the people who want to challenge to actually try and break the world record themselves.
Yeah, if anybody, so the 4 world records that I have, one of them is the fastest one table clearance. So if any of you ladies or gentlemen want to come try and down and beat the world record, you have a chance to win $100,000 if you beat the world record. It's easy. And for all you listeners out there, if you want to know what you've got to try and do, you have to try and completely run a pool table in the same time as Jason's love life. So I'm going to give you a little clue here. It's under 30 seconds. The world record is 26.5 seconds, and you've got $100,000.
And people are thinking like that's just one time. That is my entire time. This is going out to all the girls I've loved before. Very briefly, obviously, very briefly. Thanks for that, Dave. That's
You're welcome,
nice.
Jason, anytime.
You're uplifting my profile by the second here. It's going to be a monster event. It's going to be brilliant, a lot of fun, exciting. Pool, the Ginger Wizard, Dave Pearson is going to be there on Friday at the Tablespoon Cafe. Guys, thanks for coming in. It's
Thank
been
you,
a real
Jason.
pleasure.
Thank you.